Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finale of WOW 11. I am Paige Hattie, the director of Mobius Connect, and I'm really pleased to be hosting this last webinar of WOW 11 with you guys. So we are wrapping the week up with a great presentation. So today we've got Avoiding Mistakes While Building Your First Condition Monitoring Program, presented by Ambassador, Community Leader, Speaker extraordinaire, Hassan. Welcome, Hassan. How's it going?
Hi, Paige. How are you?
Pretty well, thank you. We're excited for today, as you know.
I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. So let's go ahead. We'll get your screen set up here, and then we will go ahead and get your presentation moving. But if anybody has any questions for Hassan throughout the presentation here today, go ahead and drop them in the question panel on your webinar screen. And if we have some time at the end of today, we will go ahead and get those questions answered for you. So let's just get your screen uploaded here, Hassan. And I need some like waiting music. Hassan, while we're waiting for that, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit with the audience about who you are?
Okay, I'm gonna start sharing it. I have a slide for it on the presentation, but
sorry. I see here that it's loading. I'm just waiting for it to come through. It's taking a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna send again the request. Maybe.
Perfect. Let me see. Give me just a second.
But while we are waiting, so I'm Hassan Abdelnabby. I'm an Egyptian, born and raised Egyptian. So I love chess. This is one of my hobbies, but I'm not that excellent. And married and have 2 daughters. So this is my personal life.
We love it.
About the professional life, we can start it.
Now, Hassan, you should see a pop-up on your screen, or you should have the option to select what part of your screen you want to share. Is that coming up for you?
I'm still waiting for the approval.
All righty. It should be in the works. If not, do we have your presentation? Do we have a copy of your presentation, Hassan?
I believe so. But let me cancel the request one more time and try it.
Third time's a charm. We'll go for that.
All the time. Third time is a charm. I don't know why,
but all right. Lucky number 3. Let's see.
Let's see it.
We jinxed it before, Hassan. Everything went so well during the technology test. Oh my goodness. Let's see. And let me see if I can get a hand on the copy. Hassan, do you know if you sent it? I'm not seeing it here in my file. Would you be able to forward it over to me, and then we can run it on our side just in case?
Okay.
Or drop it in Skype if you can, if that's easier.
I already did.
Perfect. You're so good. All right, give me just a second here. Let's see. Sorry about this, guys. Again, it's the grand finale. The system's a little tired, apparently.
25 presentations, so it's too much for the...
24 was good, but 25 was just one too much.
and even that we tried it 5 minutes ago, but...
Oh, my goodness. Hassan, who knows? All right. It seems like it must be a connection issue because I didn't get it in Skype yet either. So we're having a very torrential downpour here in Fort Myers, Florida at the moment. So I would almost guarantee you that our connection has caught up with us at this point. But give me just a second here.
I'm sending the request one more time. But I don't know if you have seen it or not.
I got it. I approved it. It's not that I'm declining it. I'm not trying to hold your presentation back, Hassan. That would be just cruel of me. Build up to all the hype of a grand finale and then just, we don't have anything. Sorry, guys. All right, that's not coming. Let's see. I know. All right. You said you sent it in Skype as well?
Yeah, I sent it in Skype. Yes.
Oh my goodness. That whole ocean between us, I think, is maybe taking a minute.
But the servers in USA, so
I
it should
know.
not take that long.
It should not, but we're Florida. It's a little dicey here,
Yeah,
honestly.
maybe.
Oh my goodness. All right. Maybe try emailing it to me if you can.
I'm trying.
We're testing all channels. It's okay. If we want to put some music on, guys, we can just hang out. It's all good. Never a dull moment.
Never again.
No, Hassan, you're at every wow, always. But maybe you'll be the first presentation next time.
Try to dissolve all the issues.
I know. I mean, again, the technology test, perfect. All right, let's see. All right, give me a moment here. I'm looking everywhere. All righty, and again, for our audience, I apologize. Let's see what we've got.
You can choose the screen once the host approves.
Yeah, I mean, keep trying that way. We can do that. I mean, if nothing else is on, I can just hide my screen and then we can, you'll talk with us. It's like a one-on-one conversation the whole time. All right, I am going to.
We can try one last thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exit, come back again in 1 minute.
Okay.
And
okay.
Let's see what happens.
Let's try that. I will be here.
So enjoy them until I come back, okay?
I will. I've got jokes for days. Don't worry. I have a presentation planned, actually, guys. It's a spinoff of a condition monitoring program for your first time. All right, everybody. We're going to give Hassan just a moment here, and I'll bring this back up so that you guys can all see that there. All righty. I'm going to put some music on for you guys because listening to me ramble for the next few minutes doesn't sound like that good of a time. So enjoy some music. We'll be right back. Hello, hello.
I'm here.
I see that. I'm very excited to see you. Let's see if your screen works now.
Okay.
That's a good sign. That came up very quickly.
So let's have some fun. This is the screen.
That's what I'm saying. Let's have fun. I'm ready for it. Hey, look at that, Hassan. Exiting out and coming back in. A classic.
A normal IT issue, you know. Everyone
closing out, coming back in.
Here in Egypt about this. Close
oh my
out,
goodness.
open it back again.
Always. All right. Well, guys, without further ado, you've listened to me ramble on for long enough. I'm going to pass you over to Hassan, who you really want to hear from. And I'll be here, Hassan, if you need anything, and let me know when you're ready for questions.
Thank you so much, Dave. Okay. Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Hassan Abdelnabby. I just want to take a moment and thank all of Mobius team, especially Paige, for the amazing work that has been done throughout previous weeks and throughout this week in order to get WOW the 11th version the way it was. Okay, it is a pleasure to be here again, and it is my honor to be the last one who present in this amazing event. It's a little bit a responsibility for me to be the last one who speak in such a great event, but I will try to do my best. So today I'm going to talk to you about avoiding mistakes while building your first condition monitoring program. This is a practical approach from my experience and what I have even done with my own hands. So a little bit introduction from my professional life. I work now as a mechanical maintenance deputy manager at El Zena Tissue Mill. I have 10 years of experience in maintenance reliability improvement. I am brand ambassador, Egypt community leader of Mobius Connect. I have some certification about reliability and condition monitoring. And this is my honor again to be part with you here. So without further ado, we're gonna start with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I will learn. So the evolution of the industry. So as you may know, that the industry has come with certain revolutions that changes the way of the world. So it started with Industry 1.0 when they found out that there is a power to generate power from steam and water. After that, a little bit revolution came in Industry 2.0 when they found out that the mass production assembly lines is the new trend that can produce efficiently more. After that, Industry 3.0, which lasted for 20 years, and until now for some factories, they used automated production using electronics and IT. And the new trend, of course, all of other experts talked about it, the Industry 4.0, which is integrating the IIoT with the production line itself. So with this evolution of industry, there was an evolution of the maintenance strategies. So there are different types of maintenance strategies like reactive maintenance, preventive maintenance, condition-based maintenance, predictive maintenance, and prescriptive maintenance. So we're gonna try to simplify things and talk about every strategy with an example. So let's say that we have a pump. It is our asset. We love our pump, so we installed it, and we are wanting from it a certain amount of pressure and flow. So this is the function of this pump. So the first strategy mode is the reactive mode. So when you leave this pump running without doing any intervention in order to make the pump continue running with the same performance, your maintenance team is more or less like a firefighting department. So they are waiting for the pump to stop for any reason, maybe the bearing failure or impeller defect or something like that. And they intervene in order to restore again the condition of this pump. So after a while of using this reactive maintenance strategy, they found out that it is costing more than they gain from it. Okay, so they switched a little bit for the preventive maintenance strategy. So they follow the OEM recommendation to change the bearing maybe if every 5 years. So they started to perform this work orders, preventive work orders, in order to keep up the pump running as smoothly as possible, giving the efficiency required from this pump. But again, after a while, they found out that every time they open the pump and close it back again, they increase the probability of failure, doing something wrong during this maintenance, or even introducing a bad item on the pump. So they try to limit or minimize the amount of intervention by again developing a little bit the maintenance strategy concept using condition-based maintenance. So condition-based is from the name, they follow the condition of the pump, the bearing, or any asset. So they follow the condition according to a certain parameters that they have, and they tell the maintenance team when they can perform this condition according to the condition base, when they can perform the interventions that they want to go. So this reduces a lot of the time needed for preventive actions, and also give the medicine for the sick when he is already needed this sickness. But there more on this trend. So the predictive maintenance is the evolution of condition-based maintenance. This is using the data coming out from the condition monitoring program and integrating it with different technologies and algorithms to estimate, of course, using historical data, maybe using a certain special algorithm in order to predict the lifetime remaining from the for the asset without giving any failure. Doing it, especially this type of maintenance strategy, is far a little bit from the normal maintenance plan or maintenance factories that I have seen. But this is a new trend for this technology. From my point of view, this is a natural development for the condition based. You need to integrate more data in order to actually assess the true nature of the true condition of the asset you have. And in order to differentiate between condition based maintenance and predictive maintenance, from my point of view, condition-based maintenance is all about monitoring the current condition of the equipment using various techniques, various sensors. So collecting this data in order to make decision well-educated decisions to the maintenance team. So of course, this can optimize the maintenance cost because you perform the maintenance only when you need to perform this maintenance. While predictive maintenance, of course, using this data, but they combine it with the real-time data, historical data, in order to come up with the actual formula to give you the performance degradation for an asset. It also can minimize unplanned downtime. It has a little bit backside of it or disadvantage of predictive maintenance. It, of course, consume more money and effort in order to become successful. The last maintenance strategy in this graph is the prescriptive maintenance strategy. And this is one of the technology or the future dreams is using AI in order to give you a certain actions to deliver, okay? Reduce the speed of this pump, okay? Stop this pump and perform the maintenance now. Or switch on the other pump because this pump does not give you the performance that is needed. So this is the other development of the predictive maintenance strategy. There is a different type of maintenance is proactive or precision maintenance, which is do it right the first time. It focuses on the performing the precision alignment, precision balancing, the correct installation procedure in order to avoid most of the problems that can happen to the pump. So try to think what might happen to the pump due to the preload coming out from the misalignment or the forces coming out from balancing, and try to eliminate it in order to give the pump a chance to live for a long time without any failure. So there is a question now that pops up. So which strategy should I follow? From my experience, you need first to review the company goals and objectives and align your strategy with the company goals. You can also need creating an asset list and start working on the criticality assessment. Reviewing the organization's culture in order to build a good business case. It's not logical to work in a factory that has a reactive culture all over it, in all aspects, not only maintenance, and you come out and I need to apply prescriptive maintenance or predictive maintenance. So you need to come up with a good business case in order to obtain a good support from the top management. You can do this by building a small project on a small asset in order to create what is called a small win. Of course, the availability of skilled manpower or the availability of a condition monitoring tool or the availability of CMMS or any other ERP program can help you decide which strategy you should follow. Of course, there are a tool that's called reliability center maintenance, which appeared in the late 70s by Nolan and Heap. So it is a tool used by maintenance professional in order to come up with the best maintenance strategy for every asset. It goes like this. You select the asset after creating an asset bad actor list. And the asset bad actor list is I first heard it from Jason Tranter from one of his reliability courses. Simply is that you get the critical asset after you understand the operation. So you collect or you understand or know which assets that is critical for the operation. After that, you review the historical data in order to know which assets that cause you a lot of harm, downtime, maintenance cost. or production loss, quality loss, and integrate both data together, and you can come up with a bad actor list, a certain asset that's critical and causing the most damage to your maintenance plan. So when you perform any improvement on these assets, you create a huge impact on the floor. So after you select the asset, you need to define the functions of this asset, start building a failure mode and effect analysis, define the failure modes that can impact the performance of this asset, determine the consequences of this failure, the failure effect. After that, you can select the maintenance strategy that can eliminate or mitigate this failure effect. You need, after that, implement this strategy and review the result and make sure that the risk priority number is reduced after introducing this maintenance strategy. And after you are successful, you choose a different asset. So as you can see, it is a time-consuming task. So you need, if you want to build your first condition monitoring program, to work with a bad actor list. It can save a lot of time for you in order to be successful or have a step up from the normal people who try to go by the book. You need result-centered maintenance in order to know every asset that is critical in your requirement. Because you can ask when you go to, I'm talking about the people who are new hire on a new company, you can talk to the people on the floor and they tell you the history. And you can, by listening only, you can understand that these equipments are the bad actor list. But you need to make a well-educated estimation for that by creating the bad actor list. Of course, during this research, they talked about the failure pattern. So the failure pattern, we have an age-related or random. So sometimes you are happy to have like the bathtub curve, the one who my colleagues on the WOW event talked about it a lot. So you start with an infant mortality, after that a normal operation, after that you go to the wear out phase. But as you can see that the amount of age-related failure pattern, it might be like 23%. But the most normal failure patterns that you can see in working in any plant or any industry is the random. Maybe this is from the start and finish the random, or you can go to the factory and the equipment already passed the initial break-in period and work with the random effect. So, or the infant mortality, the most common is when you try to do any maintenance activity, maybe you increase the probability of failure, but after a while the probability is the same until the equipment breaks, which leads that using the condition monitoring can help you determine the actual status of the asset. Another topic to discuss is the BF curve. So this is a curve that gives a relation between the condition of the equipment and the time. And it describes that there is a point called potential failure when the actual failure happened, but it still takes time to degrade from the potential failure to reach the function failure, which is the BF interval. If we can look at this graph, you can see that once the failure happened, you can use the technologies in order to give you a good lead time in order to stay away from the reactive mode when you hear the sound or you hear smell, or maybe you get a call at 1 a.m. telling you that the pump already damaged. So after what we discussed, do I really need a condition monitoring program? From my point of view, the short answer is yes. Of course, yes. If you want to make sure that your asset is working efficiently according to the parameter, you have to choose this parameter with the team members in order to monitor the performance. You need to come up also with the KPIs. So in order to evaluate the performance of an asset that you think that it is important for your process, you need to use the condition monitoring program technology in order to determine the actual status or the actual health of your asset. So condition monitoring has some advantages, like it doesn't need the equipment to be stopped in most of normal condition monitoring done while the asset is running. So this gives you the chance not to disturb the normal operation. Of course, this reduces the cost of asset failure by detecting early failures, can improve equipment reliability because it gives yourself time to plan, or give time to the planning team to get the job done efficiently. And of course, it improves worker safety. But as you can see, the disadvantages is the technology is expensive. For most of the plants that runs or only struggling with the current economy, introducing this kind of technology might be expensive for them. Even that with time, it comes more and more affordable. Of course, it needs a solid knowledge in order to determine which type and how to select the vendor. And the tool itself needs a special care. It needs calibration, inspection, and sometimes it leaves outside the country in order to get calibrated. If you didn't train your team with a high quality, you end up with a mediocre condition monitoring program that can harm you more than can benefit you or can help you. So we're gonna discuss now some of the condition monitoring technologies that that is available now on the market. So types of condition monitoring technologies like ultrasound. So you can use ultrasound to find air leaks or steam leaks, or you can integrate it with lubrication in order to give the proper amount of grease to your bearing, which can lead to a huge reduction of your lubrication program. Can detect an early bearing fault. In my situation, I work in a paper mill, so the lead time for the Yankee bearings, which cost 50,000 euros, like 9 months or 1 year. So using this kind of technology can give you a good estimate that you need to issue a work or a PO in order to get the required material if you think that you have a problem or a defect. Of course, you can use ultrasound in detecting electrical discharge events like arcing and chrono. My favorite is vibration analysis. So you can use it in detecting bearing faults, diagnosing unbalance, misalignment, looseness. Of course, you can use it also in lubrication and cavitation detection. Oil analysis can determine the condition of the oil, the contamination check of the oil, and of course, you can perform a wear particle analysis when you take the particle itself and look at the microscope or what's called the ferrography. It can help you detecting the root cause of this contamination. So if you can analyze the wear particle analysis and you find copper, and the only copper exists on the cage of your bearing, so you are in trouble. Another technology is thermography. This uses a thermal camera in order to detect the emission of the equipment. So you can use it in mechanical wear and rubbing detection, steam trap manufacturing, and of course, electrical fault like loose connection. Motor current signature analysis. You can detect or determine that you have a broken rotor bars or end rings. Rotor stator winding check for the status of it, lamination and connection issues, and also it can detect the power supply issues. So how can I select the best fit technology? So from my point of view, and I'm insisting again, you need to create the asset list, determine the criticality of the equipment, review the history log in order to come up with the bad actor list. After you come up with the bad actor list, you need to choose the technologies that can detect the failure mode. So you need to apply the FEMIA, small FEMIA, or you can call it accelerated RCM, in order to detect which failure modes and what is the best technologies that can detect this failure mode. After that, after deciding that you need maybe vibration analyzer, you need to decide what is the level of monitoring you need to do. So because you can purchase a small device that can give you an overall readings, and you can start monitoring the condition using this. I'm not saying that is efficient, but you can start with it if the company allows you to do small steps in reliability direction. or you can go to the online monitoring that give you a complete analysis for the asset. You need to make a pilot to assess the provider capabilities. So you need to, okay, you settled on vibration analysis, so you get the companies that can give you or sell to you this vibration analyzer, and tell them I need to assess the condition of this asset. And after you review this, you can determine the best provider who can give you the best technical support. After that, and after you gain, or after you trust this vendor that he's the one who can give you a hand or helping you during your journey in reliability, you need to select the option and features of this technology using his help. After that, you need to calculate the ROI in order to proceed with building your business case to convince the top management that this is the best fit technology that can help you achieve more results or more enhancement in your maintenance reliability, improve maintenance reliability in the plant. So now we're going to discuss mistakes during building the program. So some of these mistakes I happened to do it with myself. So I don't want you to follow my track. Of course, we can start with the lack of top management support, because this is a crucial step. If you don't have a top management support, you have nothing. You are building in the water. Anything, not building, you are carving on the water itself. You are not doing something remarkable or something that's gonna last after you go. So you need to align your program with the company current and future vision, and you need to make sure that the top management understand the actual potential of this program. You are not a wizard. You are getting a condition monitoring program in order to help you detect failures that can help the maintenance team get or do the right actions on the right time. So without building a good business case, you will not be able to gain the top management support. And also, if you're not informing the top management support with the small wins that you're doing, you're losing a lot of huge momentum that can help you proceed in expanding your condition monitoring program. Of course, starting the program without a plan. So you go to a vendor, or the vendor convince you that you need to purchase a device. After you get this device, okay, let's start. So failing to plan is the plan to fail. Okay, you will try to reach a quick result without preparing the work. You will start the program without the correct team members, that you choose them wisely. You can give a mediocre training to the team and lack of hands-on training, which leads to a failure to this program without even starting. You have the device, you have team, but they cannot work with this device. Of course, that can lead to the next mistake, adding assets to the program without analysis. So you need to understand that your program needs time to grow. If you accelerated the way to add assets in order to make an impression to the top management, you will end up consuming the resources of your the team members and not getting an actual results that can help you achieve what you desired or what you promised the top management to have. And of course, the bad selection of the vendor or the service provider, because this is everything. If you focuses only on the price of the vendor or the service provider, you might end up with a mediocre quality. If you convinced that the vendor only selling you the best technology in order to gain more money from you, and after that he leaves or escapes from trying to help you achieve or building your program, or the difference, or give you a device that you're gonna need to stay under his supervision for a long time. So the vendor or service provider, bad selection, one of the mistakes that can lead to the failure of the program before even starting. And of course, not sharing the small wins with the whole team. I'm not talking now about the top management, I'm talking about the maintenance team, because your team needs to know the current progress of the program and what is the final expected outcome of this program. For that, they need to understand that if they are involved with this program, they're going to achieve this result. So if not, if you didn't create an awareness plan in order to share the technology potentials or the capability of this program, you will end up with the early program failures. They're going to lose faith in your program. There is a difference between condition monitoring program and condition-based maintenance. So there is a huge difference between monitoring the asset and creating a strategy that gathers this data and in order to produce the best action. So there is a huge misconception that building a program is the same as applying the strategy. So did you apply condition-based maintenance? Yes, I applied condition-based maintenance. How did you do it? Oh, I purchased a vibration analyzer. And that's it. Okay, if you have a certain disease and you go to make analysis or blood analysis every day, not every week or every month, but not taking the medicine itself, you end up losing the reliability of your human body. So there is a huge difference between condition monitoring program and condition-based maintenance. Now we're going to talk about the steps to create a good condition monitoring program. So understanding the process is essential in order to determine the critical assets, review and understand the history and any previous attempts in order to create a good, well-informed program is essential. Creating the bad actor list. Again, I'm insisting on this because this is, from my experience, is the quickest. It is a quick way in order to achieve the needed or the needed data without consuming a lot of resources in order to get the data from the site. If you go to a maintenance engineer and tell them, I need the bearing of every pump you have, you're gonna take 1 month in order to prepare this data if he doesn't have it already on Excel sheet. But if you go to them and tell him, I need this for equipment, I need all information you have about this equipment, you're gonna get the detailed drawing, the assembly drawing, and even the history of this equipment. Determining the best technology will help you to achieve what you need to know about the current asset condition. Creating a pilot project is essential to evaluate the potentials of your different vendors. And creating a good business case full with actual information and the expected cost and the promised outcome is a good step in order to gain the support of top management. Creating a plan with expected progress. So we're going to start with 10 equipment for 3 months. After that, we're going to expand a little bit. We're going to be 20 equipment after 6 months. This type of progress expectations that shared with the top management and even the maintenance team can lower the stress on the condition monitoring program to be successful from day one. Of course, you need to train your team. You need to train them with the highest quality you can achieve in order to be successful. And from my experience, you need to work under the umbrella of your provider if he also can give you the support for the services for at least 3 months in order to give time for your program to grow. Sharing the results on a regular basis with the top management, of course, to gain the support and continue the momentum of this support. Involving the maintenance team with the data you gathered, because remember, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to provide the data, but not making the actual activities on the ground. Maybe you are involved on taking the decision whether to stop the machine or not, but you are not go to disassemble the pump yourself and remove the bearing. So you need to involve the team that the data you shared is according to fact, and you waited until you are sure and certain that this can affect the reliability of the equipment. So in conclusion, building a condition monitoring program is a journey. Of course, we are human and we make mistakes. Even now, during this presentation, I know for sure that I made a mistake or two, but the most important thing is to learn from them. As a program manager, you need to be a leader. You need to have a vision, the discipline, and commitment to make the program succeed. And it is important to align the maintenance strategies with the company objective in order to correctly choose the condition monitoring program that can give you the best result. I just want to take a moment and talk to you about community, Egypt community. So we have some goals in Egypt community. One of them is to spread the knowledge throughout the industrial community in Egypt. This can be done by providing now educational webinars presented by some of the most important or the best in the field in Egypt. Creating the discussion on the communities that can raise awareness. And of course, helping new engineers find their paths quickly. This can be done by the mentoring programs that we're going to start next year. And creating a strong connections that can create an actual impact on the ground is essential, and it is one of our main goals on the Egypt community. You can help us by attending the live events, share the posts that we make via social media, join our WhatsApp group and Telegram group, help spread the word by telling others that there is a community that tries to improve the educational level here in Egypt. And of course, if you have the stamina, you can post articles in our live feed or even create your own webinar. So now this is the end of my presentation. I thank you so much for giving the time, and also I want to thank Mobius for giving me the chance to express my thoughts. You can reach out to me via social media. Again, it is my honor to be here, and it is my pleasure to be the last one who present here. So,
thank you. Thank you, Hassan, so much for that great presentation. Oh my goodness. That's one way to end WOW 11. Oh my gosh. Very nicely done. Oh my goodness. Well, Hassan, we actually, so as you know, a little bit of a smaller audience tonight for us, maybe due to the timing, maybe we exhausted people this week. I don't know. We haven't gotten any questions yet, but if anybody in our audience does have any questions for Hassan, now is your time. Use the time so wisely and enter them in the question panel on your webinar screen. Otherwise, Hassan, my question for you is, you are everywhere. You're on every platform. I appreciate it because you're always reachable. You always answer me very quickly. I love it. But if anybody listening to the playback of your webinar has any questions, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, I'm in LinkedIn. I think this is the best way to reach me. Just search for Hassan Abdelnabby. You're going to see my photo, and we can discuss anything. It is my pleasure to talk to other colleagues in this field.
Perfect. And I reaffirm that Hassan, you answer very quickly. You're so helpful for everyone, and you're such an important member of our Mobius Connect community. So I just want to thank you. We appreciate everything that you do to support other engineers in the business, and it's amazing. And we're here to help people, and you share in that passion. And it's always a pleasure. And I loved watching your presentation tonight. So thank you so much for your time. As always. And I know there will be many, many more to come still.
It is my pleasure to be part of Mobius team. I consider it as a family, not even a team.
Yes, we are. And I know too, I mean, Alin, if you want to show your camera, so I'll take a moment here as well. So Alin has been behind the scenes all week long, all week on almost all 25 webinars we were saying before. She has literally been, I don't even know, Alin, you've been here every webinar, I think.
From start to finish. Yep. All 25 or whatever. Yep.
We share the same passion, you know?
Exactly. You guys do. And that's, so just thank you, Alin, for everything that you're doing. This week would not have existed without you. You very much were the backbone of WOW this week. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
We appreciate you, Alin. But again, just a big thank you to our whole team at Mobius Connect. There's a whole slew of folks. You know, we have Kim, we have Grace, we have Alexa. You guys may have spoken with them at some point in time this week. But if you ever reach out to us, you're talking with one of us, and we just all love what we do so much. So thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to do what we love through WOW. And Hassan, we're always here to support you and others in the industry. So thank you so much for your time. And I will save you guys a few minutes, but I'm gonna just wrap us up here. The grand finale of WOW 11. So if anybody, again, has any questions for Hassan, go ahead and enter them. We'll be sure to share them with him, and he'll circle back with you. But otherwise, if anyone is interested in attending one of our live conferences, it could be one of the two that's on your screen right now. We also have conferences coming up in 2024 that are all over the world. We hope to be publishing those dates and locations soon, but we will definitely be coming to a place near you in 2024, if not in Australia or Mexico coming up this year. That code WOW50 is valid for all of our conferences. So you can save 50% on any CBM and Reliability Connect live training conference by using that discount code WOW50. You'll save 50%. And it is my absolute pleasure to announce that WOW will be back for the 12th WOW. I have no idea how we're already on the 12th WOW, but we are. So we have the next one coming up at the end of January. It'll be here before we know it. So Hassan, I hope to see you back for maybe the first session of WOW 12. But anyway, so be on the lookout for more details coming from us about WOW 12. But again, we appreciate your support in keeping WOW going. Our goal is to always just share continuing education with all of you, and we can do that through WOW, which is a pleasure for us. That being said, guys, to wrap us up for today, and to echo a lot of what Hassan was saying as well, we love the Mobius Connect community. If you aren't already a member, we would love for you to join. You can go visit us at mobiusconnect.com. That's where you can also join the Egypt community that Hassan was mentioning. There's live feed, there's forum discussions, all industry upcoming events, not just Mobius's, but any event in the industry, any news, any press releases, any jobs that are available. We try to make it, again, just kind of a one-stop place for you guys to find any resource that you need in the industry. You can also direct message and connect with other members. There's over 10,000 active members within Mobius Connect on a regular basis. So feel free to reach out to any member. You can search by industry. You can customize content type that you're looking for. Again, it's all focused on condition monitoring and reliability topics that you guys are interested in. That being said, guys, that does it for WOW 11. Thank you so much again for your support. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can reach myself, Alin, our team, at info@mobiusconnect.com. You can also visit us on all major social media networks at Mobius Connect. That's it for WOW 11, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Stay safe, and we will see you in January for WOW 12.